A 57-year-old security guard was shot and injured during an attack on an Atlas security team in New Forest, Manchester on Thursday evening. A police report said about 6:14 p.m. the man and another security guard were collecting money from business places in New Forest when they were attacked by gunmen in a black motor car as they left a supermarket. The 57-year-old guard sustained a gunshot wound to the head. A senior police source said the guard was grazed by the bullet. The police said no cash was stolen and the gunmen made their escape. The injured man was taken to hospital by his colleagues. He has been admitted for treatment. Late Thursday, detectives processed the scene along the New Forest Main Road. The latest incident follows the August 25th armed robbery in Mandeville, which left 5 people injured when gunmen attacked a Burrell crew, making off with millions of dollars, the total amount yet to be disclosed. After gunmen attacked a Burrell crew outside Scotiabank in Mandeville, resulting in 5 people being shot and injured, it is yet to be determined the amount of money stolen. It is still undetermined, a police source said. At the same time, Burrell Limited it was not aware of any insider or former employee being involved in the heist. Contrary to recent media reports, Burrell Limited is not aware of any official report from the JCF that the shooting and robbery were facilitated and participated in by inside agents and former employees, a statement from the company said. The company said it will continue to partner and cooperate with the police in the shooting and robbery investigation. It added that it stands with its staff. The company supports its frontline team members who continue to demonstrate courage and unwavering dedication in the face of these heinous attacks, which are being carried out by criminal groups, the statement added. The incident has caused alarm and concern in the business community of Mandeville, and at least one politician has commented on the matter. Opposition spokesperson on national security Peter Bunting said the reoccurrences of these heists threatens public safety. It is something that we must get on top of because there is a real feeling of insecurity and fear permeating the population as the areas where these daring robberies are taking place expand across Jamaica. It is not just Portmore or Kingston or Montego Bay, it is Mandeville. And basically it could be anywhere in the country. So there's a feeling of heightened insecurity, he told journalists. Footage which has gone viral shows men armed with high-powered weapons making their escape with 2 bags presumably containing cash. On Saturday, the police said a suspect was apprehended driving one of 2 vehicles in which the criminals are believed to have made their escape with. Police said the suspect was traveling in a black Toyota Wish motor car, which was intercepted about 1:30 on Saturday in the vicinity of the Sunset Boulevard on the Four Parts Main Road in Clarendon. Police said 1 9mm magazine, 1 M16 round, 2 AK-47 rounds, and a ski mask were found in the vehicle. It is understood that the vehicle, which bore mismatched registration plates, belonged to a resident of Portmore, St. Catherine. The thing, however, is that when these money trucks are going out, they need to either be escorted by soldier or police. That is some of the things that we have soldier reserve and we have police there for, because that will ensure the safety of commuters, as people don't want to get caught up where when you see these trucks you have to be running for your life just in case anyone going to try to attack it. At least some sense of security, extra security I should say, is there, as people injured in these situations are still suffering. There was this man that he got a bullet went into his head. The other young lady with she got damage in her spine. And what is happening with those people? Are they being given any help from any of these companies, whether it be the bank or the money company, Burrell, in terms of assisting with medical, or do they have insurance that expand to bystanders? You understand? So these trucks are a liability if they are not properly secured with added security. Life is tough enough, and this additional fear does not make life any easier, because you could be standing at the ATM machine and a truck drive up known to you or unknown to you, and then something pop off. And no one wants to be the bearer of their accidents turning your accident as well. Because from the time this thing is happening, they're still underestimating the level of thinking these criminals has. They will not stop. You understand? Right now, instead of Jamaica getting better, it is rather getting worse. So it is not going to stop. Them always have to be prepared and stop being reactive and be proactive. That could save many more lives. However, in the next case, the long-awaited trial of three cops charged in relation to the 2014 death of St. James resident Mara Dean has been postponed until next year. The trial was scheduled to begin in the St. James Circuit Court on Monday, but proceedings were cancelled due to a lack of jurors. Police Corporal Elaine Stewart, along with Constable Giuliani Cleveland and Marlon Grant, were arrested and charged with manslaughter, misconduct in a public office, and perverting the course of justice in relation to Dean's death. Grant and Stewart are being represented by Attorney at Law Martin Thomas, while Attorney Dalton will represent Cleveland. Due to the challenges with jurors, High Court Justice Judith Pusey rescheduled the trial for February 27, 2024 and extended the cop's bail. Dean was taken into custody at the Barnett Street Police Station for the possession of a ganja spliff on August 3, 2014. However, he died 3 days later in hospital after receiving severe injuries to the head while in custody. It is alleged that the three cops were on duty at the police station at the time when Dean was beaten. It is further alleged that Stewart gave instructions for the cell where Dean was beaten to be cleaned before the arrival of investigators from the Independent Commission of Investigations. Following the incident, the police charged Adrian Morgan and Marvin Orr, who were in custody at the time with Dean's death. Both men who suffered schizophrenia were sentenced to 5 years and 6 months by Supreme Court Justice Glenn Brown in July 2020 after they pleaded guilty to manslaughter. However, Justice Brown ordered their release, pointing to the fact that the men had been in custody since their arrest nearly 6 years prior. A third man, Damien Cargill, was charged in 2015. However, Cargill was ruled unfit to answer to the charges or to stand trial. He was therefore released in July 2017 into the care of his family. However, the presiding judge in the case of the three police officers charged in relation to the death of the St. James resident Mara Dean has ruled that the three cops have a case to answer. The ruling of St. James Parish Judge Sandra Wong Small came yesterday in the St. James Parish Court after several delays in the past. The three police officers implicated in Dean's death are Corporal Elaine Stewart, 5th District Constable Marlon Grant, 27 and 32-year-old District Constable Juliana Cleveland. All three have been charged with the manslaughter, perverting the course of justice, and misconduct in a public office. Corporal Stewart, who is the most senior of the three, allegedly gave instructions for the cell in which the fatal beating took place to be cleaned. Judge Wong Small in her ruling noted that having reviewed the evidence before the court, she had found a prima facie case. A prima facie case is one in which the evidence produced is sufficient to enable a decision or verdict to be made. Therefore, having stated all of that, it is my intention, Mr. Martin Thomas, one of two defense lawyers, to commit all of these matters for trial to the next sitting of the Circuit Court September against all of the defendants, she continued. All three are currently out on bail. The matter was then stood down in order to address the issue of sureties for the accused police personnel. When the matter resumed, Thomas asked for a committal proceeding to take place on Monday, as one of the sureties was coming from Mandeville. He said if the committal proceeding should take place on Friday, one of his clients would end up spending the weekend in jail. The ruling ends months of anticipating after the court was originally scheduled to give a ruling in September of last year. However, this was not done due to the failure of the defense team to submit in writing their closing submission to the court in advance for the judge to make a decision. In the past, the case was hampered on several occasions by various issues, including the failure of witnesses to make appearances in court to give evidence, the unavailability of a police officer who was off the island, and the ongoing ventilation issues at the Corner Regional Hospital, which had prevented a witness from being examined before making an appearance in the court. After court yesterday, Dean's mother, Mercia Fraser, said she was happy with how the case was proceeding. I can't explain it. You ever watch a movie where the plane is hijacked or a building with people in it? That's how I feel that this case was hijacked my life, said Fraser, who pointed out that everything she does in her life is done to accommodate the case so she can be present at every court proceeding. In the meantime, Thomas told the media that the defense will not appeal the ruling. The judge's ruling was quite detailed, and at this stage we won't be challenging the ruling, but we are looking to deal with the case at circuit, the attorney said. He also added, what I can say is that the evidence will speak for itself, and I am confident that all accused will be exonerated at the end of the day. Thomas, when asked if the killing of a witness, 24-year-old Fadil Ferguson of Springmount in St. James by gunmen, will impact the defense team case, he reiterated, certainly, and it is an issue that we will address when we get to the circuit court. Dean was taken into custody at the Barnett Street Police Station for possession of a ganja spliff on August 3, 2014. However, he died 3 days later in hospital after receiving severe injuries to the head while in custody.